Effortless battery charging. Let's talk about it. Have you ever wound up at a park and things are going well and suddenly your battery dies, or maybe if not that, you get out there and you have more than one battery and you're wondering, did I charge this or not? Well, what would it be like if you never had to charge your battery for Parks on the Air or other portable use? You never had to charge it again. In fact, with this new gadget, many times by the time I get home, my battery's already fully charged again. So let's talk about it. This is the Renogy DC to DC battery charger with MPPT. Renogy is known for their solar components, and I'm putting together a system with ham radio in mind because that's what I do most in my van. But here's the thing, they have so many different options and there are a couple different ones. If you choose the wrong one, you may not be happy. So stick around to the end and we'll talk about all those details coming up. So welcome to yet another ham radio video. Let's talk about this DC to DC battery charger. Once again, the company is Renogy. They are well known in the solar industry, especially with campers, van life, off-grid, all those types of things. But one of the things that has kind of turned people away and either kind of prevented me from jumping in is there's just so many options out there for so many different situations. It can be confusing, so we'll talk about why I chose this one and what exactly it will do. So I'll bring up a picture of from the website, on the Renogy website, because mine is installed right now and it's not a very visible location. But as you can see, if it comes in a box of this size, it's not large. It's the size of, a medium-sized, fairly thick book or something like that. And it's not terribly heavy. It does have mounting positions and so forth. So what this will do, this will connect to three different things. It will connect to your vehicle battery. It will connect to your deep cycle battery, is also known as a house battery by those in the RV and van life world. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a portable battery, like a LifePo or a gel battery or whatever it be. And it will also connect to solar. So this is kind of the middleman, kind of the brains of the operation. So one thing I like about this company and the solar systems is you can kind of build it as you go. You can start with this, or you can buy it all at once. You can swap out different things. They're made to work together. So you need to have the details on which things do work together and which things don't. But even if you're not interested in putting a solar panel at all, you never want to do that. If you have a vehicle and you have a battery, this will take care of your battery charging for you. So what this will do, there is a setting on there for what type of battery, whether it's a LifePo, a gel battery, a flooded type battery. It will work with all of them, and it will take the amperage from your alternator in your vehicle. And I won't get into all the details, and I don't actually know all the ins and outs of it, but it will regulate the voltage and the current depending on what type of battery you are to charge your battery. Now there are also many other safety features. I'm just going to read on the back of the box. It says intelligent charging protection, over voltage input protection, output reverse connection, so you mix up the wires and connect it the wrong way. Battery over voltage protection, so it won't overcharge it. Over temperature, if there's a temperature gets too hot. And then a charging timeout and BMS protection for LFP battery. So it is a very smart system. It is very easy to connect. The only difficulty I had was it is 8-gauge wires that connect. So we have 2 going to, like I said, your vehicle battery, 2 going to your deep cycle battery, and 2 for solar if you choose to use that. And the only difficulty I had was the 8 gauge. It was a little difficult to source the connections locally. So I did end up finding them. I had to hunt around a little bit, go to a few different places to find the connectors I need. But other than that, the installation was very easy. So I have tested this for a couple of weeks now, and being this is 40 amp, that's the maximum that it will push through the system. When I'm driving, that charges the battery fairly rapidly. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I went for a fairly short activation. Now I have a 60 amp hour battery. I operated for maybe an hour, hour and a half, drove home 20 minutes, and it was charged already. You may see different results if you have a different type of battery or a different size. Of course, that's going to vary. But I also have a portable solar panel, so maybe you don't want to install anything permanent, but they have those portable ones that will fold out and they have legs on the back. That's what I have. So that does charge it. I have charged the battery with that as well, albeit a whole lot slower. So if someday I may put multiple panels on top of my van, that would probably speed things up. So let's talk about the differences and which one you should buy. The main difference is how it prioritizes the charging. This one will, because it will charge with solar and battery, it will what's the best available at the moment. So obviously if you're driving, it's going to use the alternator current. If your vehicle is shut off and there's nothing there and you have a solar, it will use the solar. And that's pretty much what I do. I'm either driving to the park or just my normal driving throughout the week through work and other things. My battery is staying charged. But if I go out to a park and I'm sitting long term or whatever else, I can just set out that solar panel and it will charge with that. The other one will prioritize and it will blend. The other one from Renogy, I don't remember the model number, but I'm sure you'll see it. It will kind of blend. It will take some voltage from the alternator and some from the solar. And a lot of them can like prioritize solar. If you're big into like green energy and you want to prioritize that, it will do that. But if you're whatever works at the time, whatever is going to charge my battery soonest, this is the one you want. And here's the special thing that is very important to us as ham radio operators. Is it putting out RFI? Is it putting out electrical interference that we're going to pick up with our transceivers? And some of them can ruin your day. We had a situation last year for field day. Our local club had a solar setup powering all of the radios. It was a very good setup. But he used a different inverter than he used the year before, and that particular inverter was putting out a lot of noise, and it just about completely wiped out the 40-meter band. Some of the other bands, I was using my 710, so I had the band scope on the monitor, and you could see exactly where those were. But I'm glad to say that this one has not produced any noise whatsoever in my testing. All right, we're here in the van, so I'm going to show you just briefly how I have it installed, and it's not the most tidy, so I apologize. This is just temporary. I wanted to test it for a few weeks and make sure everything's working properly before I put it in its final position. But here it is. So I have it mounted underneath my driver's seat, and this is the unit right here on top of the battery. This yellow thing you see underneath is the battery. So here it is from the front. They're all very well labeled. As you can see, ground output on these two. This one is for the solar connection, so my solar connects with power poles, and then the other one goes to the vehicle battery. So this is all very compact and small. Let's see if you can see it under here. Doesn't take up much space, doesn't take up much room, and so far for me has not put out much heat. Lastly, let's just talk about the cost. I found it pretty affordable at around 200 bucks. Now I did buy that on a Black Friday special, so it was a little cheaper than normal, but there are different sizes and different models, so price will vary. But overall, I thought this was well worth it, and I'm very glad that I purchased it. So to wrap things up, even if you don't have any interest in putting up solar panels or leaving a battery full time in your vehicle, you can always do a quick connect. Many of them already have wing nuts on the top of battery, something like that. You can still remove your battery if you set it up to disconnect. So I think this is an excellent system and an excellent idea. For those on the go and tired of dragging your batteries in and out and charging and plugging them in and forgetting to plug them in and all that stuff. So hope you've enjoyed it. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments. I'd be glad to help you out. This has been yet another ham radio video. Thanks for watching. 7-3.